Okay, I don't feel as out of place here now. We see that, what is that? Little business plane taking off there from Dallas Love Field here in, well, it'd be interesting if it wasn't called if it was called Dallas Love Field, but not actually be in Dallas. Wouldn't that be weird? Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 stream. Welcome to Dallas. Well, where'd that plane come from? Was that plane there? Boy, are we gonna be holding a lot today? This is Dallas Love Field. This is just a freeware, or the free version of it within Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I thought about buying the paidware, but I don't know for sure if it works in 2024. And it's 15 bucks, and I didn't want to take a gamble. And I did hear good things about it, though. Like, I remember when it first came out, I was somewhat interested in it. But I don't really fly out of here. Now, if you are wondering why we are surrounded by Southwest Airline 737s today, well, that is because we are no longer flying for FedEx with a pilot's life. We made the jump. And if you understand Flight Sim 2024, there's only one 737 that's fully functional in it. That's the Asoba one, which does work, but it needs a little bit of love still. And I seem to get more frustrated with that plane than I enjoy it, personally. So, in the meantime, we're going to be using a pilot's life for more of a route generator and fly whatever aircraft and whatever airline we want until we hopefully get an iFly 737 or a PMTG 737 in 2024. So, we'll see. There goes Southwest. So, we today are taking the CRJ. That's really loud. We're going to be taking the CRJ 700 out of Dallas Love Field to Lombok Preston Smith International. And I think we actually did a flight. I think we did this actual flight like a year ago or so on a stream. I'm fairly certain we did. Fairly certain. So welcome in Pavelin, welcome in P2, welcome in Will. Welcome on in everyone here to today's stream. So first off with, if you saw the video from yesterday, some minor, whoa, look at that. We got dual landings today. Or sorry, no, different runways for departure, landing and departure. So they just landed a plane there on the left of us. They're departing on runway 31 right, which we'll be expecting today. And it looks like departing 31 left with Beyond ATC. So, very cool to see that. Very, very cool. Barry, welcome on in. Dallas Love Field is Southwest home. I love the airport, but rip Southwest. I was going to take Southwest if I was going to go to the Expo this year, which is still a very, very maybe, still 1% chance, but still a chance that would happen. CRJ got a new update. It's not out yet. It's not out yet. That I'm aware of, it's not out yet. The 737 Classic, that subscription one, is supposed to launch today in a couple hours. It's 1600 Zulu time, I think it is, so in like 2 hours. But it is not available in 2024, only 2020, which means rip, I'm not trying it until it comes over here to 2024. I'll give them the $5 to try it for the month and see what it's like. I really do want a good 737 here in Flight Sim 2024, and I'll kind of take whatever I can get. Unfortunately, like I said, the Asoba one, it works, it's flyable, it does its job, but it's not the greatest of planes. They did a lot of work, though. The trim's much improved here in Sim Update 3, which we're using today. That's a positive, right? And the sound seemed to be fixed a bit as well. But still, it still needs some love with that. Is the CRJ worth purchasing with that update? Once the new flight model comes out, the flight dynamics, it's going to be dynamite. Like, I still think it's hell of a purchase as it is. I think it's a fun plane. I have many, many hours into it. And it's definitely more fine-tuned than the E-Jet. And you know how much I love the E-Jet, personally. I did see your video from yesterday just before the stream. Left your comment. Don't feel to agree with that. I didn't see the comment, I don't think. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that one. I'll look into it again, though. And then I heard the video today that you know, I've talked about on the stream many different times in the past. But you know, I feel like it's a great opportunity to open up to more people and talk about how flight sim is more than just a sim or a game to some people. It is a lot more than that. It's a community. It's growing a community. It's growing friends, becoming friends with people. It really is just a heck of a fun adventure to jump into. I've been able to meet some amazing people here within our own community and in other communities as well. And it's been an incredible learning curve, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's been a lot of fun. Let's get this flight going, shall we? Oh, I heard a plane taxiing, I guess. It's really loud to be taxiing. Like, that sound is... Unless there's a plane coming in, or departing. Oh, sound stopped. Oh, there goes Southwest. Oh, they're doing parallel landing and departures today. Ooh. And who said Beyond ATC is not cool? Who said Beyond ATC is not cool? All right, let's jump into the cockpit. Here we are into the 7... Wow, I was going to say the 737. In the CRJ. Let's jump on over here to this little tablet dude. This is really cool. And the first thing we want to do is go into ground and the ground power and the ground air cart. Once you have those going, you go up here to electrical systems, turn those all on. Now, what I'm going to be doing here isn't by the book procedure, but this is what I do to get the plane going, as I do with most of my tutorial videos. So we'll go ahead and get the APU fired on up. And we see it says start. Get the hydraulic pumps on as well. Passenger, auto, and emergency lights on. I also like to get all the lights going here, so I don't forget, because my memory is the size of like an acorn. And then we want to go down here and go to nav. Go here. We're going to go to position. Next, grab the GPS. Go back. Drop it in there. Go to flight plan. Then we can go over here. Go to flight plan. Import it from the OFP. Send it to the FMS. Click it again. Isn't it supposed to change colors? And then set the fuel. Sorry, set the payload and fuel. Go to performance, copy the FMS, set the takeoff speeds, and now we should have a flight plan kind of somewhat in the system here. We go to departure. We're expecting, again, runway 31 right, unless Beyond ATC changes it on us via the Kitty 5. Ooh, that's cool. The Kitty 5. The Kitty 5. And transition is BRAMA. I'm not even going to try to... Burma? I don't know, maybe. Alright, so arrival into Lombok. Is it Lombok? Is that how you pronounce it? We're just expecting right now 35 left. There's a localizer. And we have a Zulu as well. RNM. We're going to go Yankee, because it seems like Beyond ATC likes the Yankee more. It likes them Yankees. And then we can go and clear out that for now as well. And that should be fine. Cool. Oh, you posted 10 minutes up? Okay. I'll take a look at it. Got the same with FSLTL loudly sometimes. What? Boring starting with the CRJ. Yeah, you know, I think... So we'll see what happens, but we'll start with the CRJ, and we might jump over to the E-Jet after this. Or we'll jump into the 319. At least we're going to do 2 flights. We'll see... Trim's going to be 6.9. We'll see if we get a third one in there, kind of see how things go. So that's in there now. Let's go ahead and get our clearance information, shall we? Love clearance 1279. Yeah, so if anyone knows, good morning, Delta Tango. Welcome on in. Wisconsin. Is it going to be hot there in Wisconsin today? You're just north of me. Welcome on in. Clearance 127.9, beautiful grand. Love clearance. Good morning from American 516. We are CRJ ready for IFR clearance to Lombok.
American 516 Love clearance cleared to Lubbock Preston Smith Airport. Kitty 5 departure with the Burma transition, then is filed. Climb via SID except maintain 6000, departure frequency 118.55, squawk 5062.
Alright, 6,000 on departure. Clear to Lubbock, Preston Smith Airport. Kitty 5 departure with the BRHMA transition and is filed. Climb via the SID, accept maintain 6,000 departures on 118.55 squawk 5062 American 516. I didn't know what he said. What did he say? Bumram?
American 516, read back correct.
I give up.
Contact ground 121.75 when ready for push or start.
Over to ground 121.75. Thank you, and have a great morning, American 516. All right. It's going to auto-change my comms. Cool beans. How is BEYONDATC behaving for you? It's fantastic. You know, the issues here and there, but it's been pretty good. I didn't fly it yesterday. I didn't fly it the day before, I think. I was working on some other stuff. I don't recall the last issue I had. Actually, no, incorrect. I did fly yesterday with it. I think, didn't I? I'm confused. Oh, yeah, I did. I did a Kodiak flight with it. Those are a lot of fun. Pleasant temperature, but unhealthy air. Oh, yeah, dude, the Canadian fires. That's supposed to come on down here to the Chicago area today as well. Not as severe as you all, but it's 16:11 here in Amsterdam, which is with nice weather. Fantastic, Will. Oh, yeah, the wildfires are crazy. Yeah. Welcome in, Vector. Welcome on in. Okay, let's see. What do we have going on here? So we can push back an engine and start, I think. Let's go over here to aircraft. Let's remove all that stuff. And I think we're ready to go. Love ground, good morning from American 516. We are ready for pushback and engine start.
American 516, love ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Facing north, American 516. It's cool to have my American 516 back. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say that out there. Again, so we are on also the latest update for. Oh, okay. So I'm playing with fire today. Like a lot of fire. Oh, guess what? We just had a CTG. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and launch it back up again. I was gonna say, close out BEYONDATC. Ever since what was it, yesterday's? No, ever since the last Sim Update 3, I've had more CTDs. All right, well, let's give it another minute or two to launch back up, and we'll get back into it. I was going to say before it crashed on me there that I'm playing with a little bit of fire today because not only are we using the latest Sim Update 3 beta, but I read yesterday that Microsoft released a Windows update for 11 that's supposed to have fixed a few issues with like monitors flickering, with performance issues with certain titles, and stuttering in some games. That's at least in some of their notes, in the official notes that Microsoft released. So I did download that update. This morning before the stream, like 20 minutes before the stream. So we're gonna see what happens. Yeah, I know. Crashing. Good old Sim Update 3. That's the perks of Sim Update Beta 3. This actually is... so I had a CTD... what day was that? Today's Friday, so Wednesday night. I had a CTD Wednesday night. Mid-flight. And I blamed it on the 777. But I don't think it's the 777's fault. I think it has something to do with Sim Update 3. That's my thought, at least. But Flight Sim 2024 launches pretty quick for me, so no big deal. Alright, K-Love. Oops. K-Love. No, that's not where we're going. Where we done? K-Dal. I don't know why I'm thinking K-Love. They said they fixed the cloud thing, but I don't think they fixed the cloud thing. Because these clouds are not supposed to show up like when you zoom in so close. I am this close to buying the Tolus A321 and switch to X-Plane. Really? 2024 just not doing well for you, or what? What's going on, P2? I can't deny MSFS is master of anti-alias, which I am trying to achieve for so much time. I'm deciding whether to invest money into X-Plane or into a new sim rig. Okay, no hurry, Joe. Alright, let's let it settle in, settle in, settle in. Alright, got that in, good. Scary face. Alright, there we are. Let's launch up Beyond UTC again. Alright, and let's go fly. Okay, that's launching. Let's go over here. And we're gonna go, what do we do? Aircraft, go here, here. We'll see if we can fly through this real quick. This button, this button, this button, this button, this button, this button, this button. Flight sim is all about pushing a bunch of buttons. Isn't that what IT's all about? Push the button until eventually it works. Hydraulics. Passenger. Arm. Okay, all that's grand. Let's go back over here to this dude. Flight plan. Import. Oh, actually we forgot something. Go back down here. Navs. You don't have to do it right away, but else you have to go to another menu, and it just kind of makes it faster if you go through here. FMS, flight plan, send, aircraft. What was our trim? 9. Cool. Departures, runway 3 right, via the kitty, and transition, execute, and then we're going to go arrival, and we're expecting, as of right now, the ILS Yankee, execute, legs, beautiful, grand. Let's go back down here, clear out that disco. APU is available, grand. And let's switch over to our clearance again. Gone. Ground 1279. Or sorry, that's not ground. Clearance. And we'll do auto clearance for now.
American 516 on our way
remove
to
all that
Preston
jazz.
Smith Airport.
Okay. I think we're back where we were. We're just getting that pushback next.
516 Love clearance cleared to Lubbock Preston Smith
see if-
Airport. Kitty 5 departure. Burma
Hopefully it's not
transition,
our
Dennis
pushback
File.
tool.
Climb
Alright, there we go.
via except maintain 6,000 feet. Departure frequency 118.55.
Okay.
Squawk 5636.
Crashed again. So it's something with the pushback planner. Something with the pushback planner that's crashing it. That's interesting. Okay, I guess we'll just use the InSim pushback tool. That's weird. I was using it, I used it last night, so I don't know if it's this airport or what. That's rather interesting. Good morning, Ken. Welcome on in. Titles clicking in beta 3 is tricky. What? Oh, tiles clicking. Yeah, if you zoom in all the way, the clouds do disappear, but if you zoom out for just a bit, the clouds will reappear. Hard to... Yeah, that's the issue I have. Yeah, that face. So I use Tobii Eye Tracker, and it initially like has you zoomed in. Well, similar, but in flight deck you learn how to transport passengers, but in computer languages you just learn commands. If you do not do them well, then the users have problems. At least it's not a boring stream. I do think I should make the whole channel based upon boring. Think I should. I'm not an entertaining person, which is odd to like want to stream. But as I said in the video yesterday, like I've been having fun doing these streams. I used to say it in the past, like I didn't like doing streams, I was bored with them. But I feel like I'm having more fun doing them as time has gone on here. And I also like doing the YouTube videos. See if there is any DLL issues. I think it's that it's definitely the pushback thingy. It's for this airport too. I don't understand why. That's fine. We'll just use the in-sim pushback for now. We'll try it again for the next flight. Alright, KDAL. So they said in the Sim Update 3, the beta notes, that they fixed this. So like if you hold here, it still shows the clouds, but yeah, if you zoom in, like around here, it should clear them out, right? Whenever the terminals spots pop up. Maybe I zoom in more. Yeah, you see the clouds are still there. Maybe if they're not on the airport, maybe they move them from the airport, I guess. I mean, from the airport itself. All right, third time is the charm. Dude, you're not boarding? I don't know about that. You can check the event log. Yeah, I sure could. Let's see what the event log says, or the event viewer. It's probably just gonna say flight sim crash. Now I'm curious. I did use this when I was experiencing a lot of CTDs. I was using this a lot, and it came down to being an add-on I had for the Stream Deck. What the hell? There's no... Flight sim crashed. Yeah, it's just a flight sim crash. Details. Yeah. I'm guessing, yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just that push. Oh, there's a scary face again. Alright, get rid of that. It's frightening, I tell you. Almost as much as my real face. Okay. Aircraft. I'm gonna get really good at starting up the CRJ. Like, almost like a pro. Like, I could fly it in real life. I could do it, guys. I could do it. I believe in myself.
Beyond ATC connected.
Alright. Lights. Emergency. Good. Did I do these yet? We did now. Alright. Then we're going to go down below here. Go here. And then we're going to go here. Push this button there. Hit this button here. Push this button there. And then we're going to go over here. A lot of here's, there's, and everywhere else. Alright. And so we sent that to FMS. Uh-oh. Did the plane crash now? No, the tablet crashed. Well, that could be a problem. Oh, we're just not going to be able to fly today, are we? Alright, let's try it again. Restart. We're just not going to be able to fly. Holy moly. Oh, that's cool that Beyond ATC kept the planes in there. What is going on today? I might have to just go get out of this Sim Update 3. We're going to give it one more chance here. This latest beta might not be so good. I'm having like the kit problems. Oh, why are these lights on? What the hell? Alright, available. It's because I'm just doing too much at once. APU. What lights are those? What lights are these? Okay. Import. Send. That guy there. Copy. All. Okay. Now. Let's go here. Go with those buttons there. Go here. Execute that. We'll come back to that. Then we're going to put in our GPS. Drop it in there. Okay. Performance. Climbing up to 340. Good. Drop it in there. Okay. Looking better now. Looking good. We'll see what happens with the pushback. If we crash during pushback, that's it. We're getting out of the Sim Update 3. This is crazy. I rave all the time that I don't have these issues, and then here we are. We finally have them. This update, they need to do some love. Here we're in love, and I just said love. You get it? I just made it funny. All right. Do we still have our clearance, or do we got to get clearance again? 1279. And IFR clearance. Let's get the IFR clearance.
Southwest 1384. Ready to copy IF for clearance to Rick Husband Amarillo Airport.
Okay, I think we're cooking. Wow. Okay. How we doing?
Southwest
Now we know how to
1384,
start
love
it. Can
clearance
you
cleared
land?
to Rick Husband, Amarillo Airport.
Can you land
Watch
it?
1 departure
Well,
with
that's
the
the
UDAT
question.
transition, then is
Aviate,
filed.
welcome on
Climb
in.
via
Welcome
side,
on in.
accept, maintain 5,000.
Take the
Departure
A319, you
frequency
jinxed it.
118.55,
I'm
squawk
getting a.
3616.
I am getting a 6.5 on the Borneo meter. Is that correct? I
Cleared
would
to
say
Rick
more
Husband,
like the
Amarillo Airport.
1.5.
Watch 1 departure.
1.5. 6.5 is a little high.
Hey,
Hey, welcome in, and I've been watching this show on cable TV about communication in the cockpit. I was wondering if you had a co-pilot. I was wondering if you had a co-pilot would listen to their input, or would it be like at your
Southwest
regular job
1384,
where you
read
think
that correct.
you
Contact
know
ground
every...
121.75 when ready for push or start.
Interesting.
Ground 121.75 when ready. Southwest 1384.
So, like, for
Take
me,
care.
you always listen to... you always listen to your coworkers.
American 516,
Because
ready for
even
airways to
though
Lubbock, Preston
they're
Smith.
gross old, they are still knowledgeable.
American 516, love clearance cleared
It is
to
important
Lubbock,
to
Preston
separate
Smith.
that.
Kitty 5 departure with the Brahma transition, then is filed. Climb via
6713.
SID, accept, maintain 6,000 feet. Departure frequency
6,000.
118.55, squawk 6713.
Okay. Oh, they changed runways on us now. 13 left. Clear to Lombok, Preston Smith, Kitty 5 departure with the BRHMA transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID, accept, maintain 6,000. Departures on 118.55, squawk 6713, American 516. Okay, so we have a runway change.
Negative squawk 6713.
Squawk 6713, American 516. 13 left. Good.
American 516, read back correct. Contact ground 121.
We've been on the ground here
ready
with
for
these
push or
CTDs
start.
so much that we have no idea. Runways have changed. Over to ground 121.75, American 516. See ya. 13 left of the departure. Love ground, good morning from American 516. We are ready for pushback and engine start. Hopefully no CTDs. I probably shouldn't have said that. Now it's gonna
American
crash.
516, love ground, pushback approved. Face north.
Facing north, American 516. All right, and disconnect all that jazz. All right, here we go, folks. Here we go. Shift P. It's gonna connect. All right, we got clearance for starting of the engine. So start engine number 2. I don't know if you start 1 or 2 in the CRJ first, so we're just gonna go 2. And now we're gonna see rotation here, and 2. We're making it farther than the last couple, so that's a positive, right?
Southwest 1384, runway 13 right, taxi via Quebec, Delta,
Parking
Lima,
brake
Bravo,
is
Romeo,
off.
Charlie,
Pushback
Charlie
is
9.
commencing, folks. We're getting there. We are pushing back. All right, adding in fuel. We're doing it. We might actually be able to take off. We might actually be able to do it. The pack's on. Getting hot in the cabin, man. Listen. Well, we've restarted. We've exited and entered the plane like 5 times. The plane's like brand new almost at this point. All right, pushback is looking better. And so the next flight we'll try the pushback tool, dude. Why'd you disconnect us, dude? We're still pushing. This ain't good. Engine 1 starting up. Are we gonna stop or? Uh-oh. Shift P. Brakes. Okay. And rotation. Engine number 2 is looking good. Flaps down to 8 for departure. Passengers, welcome aboard American 516. We've experienced some on the ground delays as we do here with the flying with the Lex guy. We should be off the ground here probably the next 20 to 24 hours. Appreciate your patience. We got some spamming. BeyondATC is a great app. I agree. I concur.
Southwest 1499, hold position for company traffic.
I need to learn to speak to ATC this year. I need that app. Yeah, Kins. I have a video up on the channel actually. I have a couple, but more recently I have one that kind of gives you the steps from clearance all the way to landing, taxiing. what to say, and there's also a cheat sheet, so you can find that video up on my channel here if you're interested. But there are many other providers that have great content out there as well that probably do a much better job than me. Fans are on, packs are on, our heat probes are off, APU is off. Love ground, American 516 is now ready to finally taxi to the active.
American 516, runway 13 left taxi via Quebec, Bravo 5, Bravo Mike, Mike 6.
Runway 13 left via Quebec, Bravo 5, Bravo Mike, Mike 6, American 516. Alright folks. Bravo 5 is on the left of us.
Southwest 1499, contact Love Tower 123.7.
Alright, I think we're ready. Let's go. I feel like I'm missing something.
Tower 123.7, Southwest 1499.
I feel like I'm missing something. Alright, which one's 5? 5's right here.
Another subscriber.
Thanks for a subscription, Kins. How do you say your name? I'm so bad at pronouncing stuff, I'm sorry. Oh crap, hold on. Dang it, I forgot to start this flight with a pilot's life. Because it keeps crashing, so FSU IPC wasn't on. Son of a gun. Well, this isn't going to track my flight, probably. Maybe it will. It says pre-flight. Oh, taxi out? Cool. Alright, cool. Never mind. We're good to go. Alright, we need to do reverse thrusters on, or armed. Armed is the correct word. We have a Southwest doing wheelies and I think landing. Pretty good job, Southwest. Seems to be like a typical Southwest there. It's going to taxi at about 40 knots, get you to the gate pretty quickly. Probably contracted ground cruise. I am waiting for the update before deciding on waiting for the wing or getting that one that B1 uses. What are we talking about? There's a European company that makes Airbus throttles. Oh yeah, I heard about that, yeah. Isn't Winwing making the Airbus throttle? Yeah, I thought Winwing was making an Airbus throttle.
Southwest 2891, gate 20
is that right?
taxi via Mike 2, Mike Bravo 5, Bravo Papa Golf Delta.
Gate Mike 2, Mike Bravo 5, Bravo
Papa
Golf Delta, Southwest 2891.
This idiot can't even see him. Oh crap, I forgot to do the taxi. That's what I was forgetting. Come on now, where's my co-pilot here? I think Jay's the one that tells me I should get, what's the co-pilot add-on you can get? Can't remember the name of it. Alright, going all the way down to Mike 6. Mike 6. Now it's all calm and relaxing here in the sim, now that we're taxied. Our taxiing.
American 516, contact Love Tower 123.7, have a good morning.
Love Tower on 123.7, American 516, see ya. Love Tower, you seem pretty lovely today. We are holding short runway 13 left, ready to go.
Aircraft calling for departure,
Oh.
say call sign.
American 516. Didn't like that apparently. Must have offended it.
American 516, Love Tower, wind variable, fly heading 130, runway 13 left, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 130, 13 left, clear for takeoff, American 516. Alright, 130 on the heading.
No.
Whoa,
American
no.
516,
No,
clear
what?
for takeoff, runway 13 left.
Clear for takeoff, runway 13 left, American 516. Doesn't like me adding in extra stuff today. It's telling me like stupid, focus. Focus, stupid. Alright, here we go. Let's go auto responds for the departure because the CRJ is a little bit more hands-y. And here we are, looking good. Throttles up to Toga. And one looking good. Toga's set and checked. Let's go fly. Alright, after a little bit of delay, we are we're actually looking like we're taking off here. Wind's coming out of our left, so we're going to bring the yoke over to the left a little bit. And the CRJ is going to bring its nose up on its own. And then you're going to just bring it back just a little bit. Beautiful. Gear going on up. I'm excited for the new flight model. I want to see how it handles like that. That's the thing with the CRJ, is it wants to go nose up right away. So it'd be really nice to have that not happen anymore. Now, apparently in real world, a lot of the times the pilots will turn on AP right after departure.
Contact Lone Star departure, American
We're
516.
going to bring it up to, let's go up to 3,000, then we'll do our
Lone Star
autopilot.
departure, American 516, 1,900.
Reversers are disarmed. Trim coming on down just a little bit.
Lone Star departure, radar contact, cleared direct Dorset, resume the Kitty 5. Climb, maintain 17,000 feet.
17,000 and direct.
Cleared direct Dorset, resume the Kitty 5. Climb, maintain 17,000 feet, American 516.
Alright. Looking pretty good. Set our speed. We're going to go up to 210 here. And bring that nose down so we can gain some of that speed. Flaps coming on up first notch. And AP is officially on. We are direct at this point, so now we can go direct here. Bam. Execute. Up. Oh, not up there. Nav mode. Alright, navigation is set up to 17. Perfect set. I'm going to go ahead and do 340 for the altitude because we'll get cleared all the way up eventually. We'll keep an eye on that though. And next we're going to just monitor the altitude so that we can turn off our landing lights. The company is Italy. It is called Flight Sim PM. It cost about 735 euros excluding shipping. Interesting. Geez, that's expensive. Is it like a whole, is it like huge? Like a big old throttle quadrant? EO, welcome in. I didn't see that. Sorry. Welcome on in. Alright, coming up on 9,000. Once we get 10,000, we'll go ahead and put it in 250 for the altitude. Or sorry, for the speed. And there goes downtown Dallas. Does anyone know if you're in chat? Does the Dallas Love Field work in 2024? Because I'm willing to spend $15 because since I'll be probably departing out of Love quite a bit here with Southwest. Where the hell are we going? We can go direct to Curro. Or are we? I don't know what it's doing. 250 on the speed. Alright, there we go. Now it's figured out its life. It's getting there. It's getting there, folks. It's gonna make it happen. I trust in it. I'm trying to build an Airbus cockpit, so I want to invest sensibly. P2, have you gotten the what's it called? The Moza stuff working yet? Because the last I checked, you couldn't get the stick, right? Did you get that? Did you get the stick yet? Will, thank you for the 5 gifted members. Thank you. Thank you for the 5 gifted members. Will, as always, thank you so much. Welcome in Bruno for that. Noah, Tide Jet, Francisco, and Rich. Welcome to the Lex Fly co-pilot. It will eventually be renamed to the Boring
American 516,
co-pilots.
Fort Worth Center 132.85.
Contact Fort Worth Center.
Yeah, it's full size, but looks smaller than the
American
throttle quadrant
516.
V1 uses. Okay, interesting. Blimps hasn't tried it yet.
Fort Worth
What have you?
Center,
Oh, you haven't tried the Dallas Love? Come on, Blimps, get on that.
4,700 feet for 17,000 feet. Direct Curlo.
All right, looking good. And 340.
Fort Worth Center. Good morning. Climb, maintain flight level 340.
340.
Climb, maintain flight level 340. American 516.
Okay. Well, Now it's all uneventful. I wonder why. So, with Sim Update Beta 3, when the first one came out, there was an issue with that pushback thing I used, the pushback helper, not pushback, no, pushback toolbar, I think it's called. There was an issue with that where it wouldn't appear. And then someone found a way to edit the, I think it was the HTML file. And, because Asobo, of course, you know, like they do, changed something behind the scenes and didn't let anyone know.
American 516, Fort Worth Center. Expect radar vectors.
Hey, we chose right.
Yankee runway 35 left.
Expect radar vectors, run, whatever. RNAV Yankee 35 left. American 516. Don't know how to talk today. Oh boy. And people are like, hey, you should try VATSIM. Should I? Should I? Definitely not on stream. Definitely not on stream. Yes, I have the Moza stick now, and I have the Windwing FCU, EFIS, and the McDo. Nice. I've been considering that McDo. I have the FCU, I have the right EFIS. For my setup works the best. P2, you're more into the Airbus as well, right? Kind of like Jay Russ.
Southwest 3834, contact Lone Star approach 124.3.
All right, let's, well, we'll keep the speed where we are because at 340 we'll start to pick up that speed, and it's probably gonna drop us back into. I'm waiting to see reviews on the Windwing FFB base. Are you happy with the Moza?
Envoy 3373, contact Fort Worth.
Yeah, I'm interested in the FFB too. You know, it's really interesting is I really love the Phoenix. I absolutely love it. I love the 319 primarily. I love the, you know, the smaller of them, and I'm hoping that the 220 that's coming out at some point, hopefully soon this year, that it's really good, or at least I'm hoping it's at least between the init builds, you know, A320 and the Phoenix A320, somewhere within there. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be Phoenix quality, or even if it's fly-by-wire quality, which is really good still, for especially for a free product.
Center 134.15, American 516.
I will fly the hell out of that plane. I will fly the hell out of that
Fort Worth
220.
Center, American 516 through flight level 2 for 3.
I'm very
for
happy with
flight
the
level
Moza.
3
I
for
use
0.
V1's presets, tried to make one of my own via AI, but failed spectacularly.
American 516, Fort Worth Center. Good morning.
I thought about it really hard, P2. I really did. But I really like... I really like a yoke.
10,000 feet for one tree, 13,000 direct glide.
I might look back at it again at one point. Getting a little nervous now because we're getting some really major FPS stutters. You can see it here. Hopefully it's just the stupid issue we have happen once in a while.
Southwest 1384.
Better not crash again. I'm gonna let it just settle down, figure out its life. I use the Windwings with the MobiFlight. My profile is available. Yeah, I use the MobiFlight as well. I use MobiFlight for all the planes in 2024. Works really well. Is it still doing the stuttering thing? We're gonna try clearing out of that. So they can fix it. It's better though.
Southwest 3588, Fort Worth Center. Expect Susie 6, runway tree 6 right.
Expect Susie 6, runway 36 right, Southwest 3588.
Yeah, more into Airbuses, except for the flare logic, which I can't seem to figure out. I love the Phoenix. It's such an incredible plane. I'm upset that it took me so long to get into it, but at the same time, I'm happy because I flew really once the PMGG 737 came out was that plane, the 737. And so I put the CRJ in the closet, and I picked up the E-Jet, I flew that a little bit, and then the 308, or sorry, 306 when that came out, I flew that for a bit. But I always went back to the
Southwest 3588, contact Fort Worth Center 26725.
737. And I said if I wanted to fly the Airbus, I would fly the fly-by-wire, which I did. Well, then I finally tried the Phoenix, and I tell you what, the first flight I was in love, and I was like, holy crap, why did it take me so long to jump into the Phoenix? I don't know why I just didn't want to do it. Fell in love with that plane, and that was the plane I flew for a long time. Nothing else. I wouldn't touch anything else. And then the iFly came out, and then that sucked in all my flight time after that.
Southwest 1384.
I'm really, I don't know what it is. I love the Boeings. I feel like the Airbuses are challenging to get consistent with its landing for sure. You know, like the flare, like P2's talking about. But I feel like the Boeings are just so much more manual operation. You have to, you know, that's not fly-by-wire, so you have to fight the plane a lot, fight the weather. And I like that part of it for sure. And like when I'm looking to just do a nice sit back, relax flight, I'll jump into that 319 for sure. And like if I want to just have a flight I know that's going to be consistent, no issues whatsoever, you jump into the Phoenix. If you are willing to have potential issues, you jump into any other aircraft in the sim. Pretty much. The 737 from PMDG and the 777 are really stable. You know, but I had a CTD the other day with the 777. I had a WASM crash with the 777. It doesn't hurt that I, of course, am on the beta. But with that said, yes, I have disabled rebar. I actually checked it just before this flight because I cleared out my shader cache, and I deleted the scenery indexes before this flight, or the stream. So I figured I'd do everything I could since it was a new beta, since there's a new Windows update. Figured I'd do everything to eliminating potential issues. But of course, you know, it happens. 6 out of 10 flights in my Airbus, and I totally forget the flare. I have a feeling that Moza's AB9 base will be able to host an... if someone made it, I'll buy it. That would be interesting. Yeah. In theory, it would. It has everything it needs there. That would be interesting. Just make all Airbuses Phoenix. Yeah. I would love Phoenix to make a 220. I would kill for that, man. That would be so awesome. Okay, so now, keep in mind, with this plane, we do not have auto throttle, so we have to keep an eye on the throttle ourselves, because if you don't, the plane will just start increasing speed over and over. Now we want to cruise up to, we're going to 7.3 today for the Mach. So we'll bring back the throttle a little bit more, a little bit more. Just be very gentle, bringing it back. And so, we're looking at this magenta line underneath the white arrow. And you can see now we're decreasing, so we're going to add in a little bit more power. Now the magenta line's above the arrow. So we got to fine tune it just the way we need it. So we can see our N1s are at 85, so I'm going to bring it back to say 83. See if we can find it somewhere within there. That should work. 82.5. It's going to slowly increase, and you can see it's kind of starting to balance out there. So I'm going to be okay where we are. I'm confident in where we are. All right, we are doing an RNAV at this point, so we will have nothing to put in here for the ILS, but we will have to put in our minimums. That's just what I was trying to do over here. So minimums are here. Click over here to that button. They're going to show up here at the top. And I don't have the charts set up for this plane, I don't think, so I'm just going to do it off of my little tablet guy. I know that probably annoys some people. And 3.5 Yankee. Minimums are, 3450. So we bring this little dial up to 3450. Thankfully this plane goes by 10, so it'd be really fast. Which is another reason why the Airbuses are fantastic, because you just enter it in manually. You just put in the numbers versus having to scroll a wheel. Which I don't know why Boeing or any other aircraft designer didn't do that. That is a brilliant move by Airbus. Even like a modern E-Jet doesn't have it.
American 516, contact Fort Worth Center
Alright,
120.35.
34. This would have been a pain in the ass to do in like a Boeing.
Contact Fort Worth Center 120.35.
Well, the 777 at least. Not 777, sorry, the 737. The next Phoenix update is going to be a game changer. Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited about that. With the panels outside with regards to fuel. 319, it scares me. I see it. I see it in my dreams smashing on the runway as I wake up with sweats. Rebar is I don't know the full explanation of it, but essentially it's a feature that NVIDIA added into graphic cards that allows it to use more data, more memory for game titles. And Flight Sim, of course, as we know, is very heavy with VRAM. So if you use NVIDIA Inspector, there's a video up on my channel, P2, that shows you how to do it. But if you use this is only for NVIDIA cards, I think. If you disable rebar for just Flight Sim, it helps some people's performance, and it helps mine for sure. There was definitely an improvement on my end. Sorry, I fell behind chat. Just make, yeah, all Airbuses, yeah, I checked that one out already. It makes sense for the Phoenix to make the A320 Neos. I'm excited for that too. Yeah, that would be fun too. I'm super excited for that update. How do I clean my scenery index and shader caches? I didn't know that was a thing. The scenery index, that is in your... if you have the Steam version, I don't know if you have the Microsoft Store version, but in the Steam version, it's in your app data folder. There's a folder that's called Scenery Index. You just go in there and you can just delete it all. Phoenix was already busy for making the A350, but they saw... Oh, yeah. Imagine if Phoenix made the 350. Holy smokes, right? Holy smokes. Especially if they probably would have sold it for $50. My guess. The shader caches, that's also in there as well, in the app data folder. Let me see. So it's going to be this, but it's going to be your, in front of it is your username, your computer's name. That's the folder, at least that's the Steam version. Steam version.
Fort Worth Center 127.0.
All hopes are that the A320, our hopes are on the A320. Yeah, I really hope. I really hope. I bought 3D printer files for the 350 and 380, so now I'm busy over the weekend printing both models. Oh, awesome. Alright, good people of Lex Universe. Gotta go take care of employment stuff now. See y'all later. Thanks, Beach, for coming in. Thank you so much. Good luck with the career change that you had done. What's it been now? A month, right? And we'll see you for the next stream. I think the next stream will probably be Monday morning, kind of same time as we've always done here. FS Radar, or sorry, Flight Radar 24 has awesome Airbus video showing the A220 construction process. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. That's cool. Alright, top of descent, we're looking at in about 12 minutes. About 12 minutes.
American 516, contact Fort Worth Center 127.0.
Landing, runway 35 left. Terminal's going to be on the right of us.
Contact Fort Worth Center.
We'll probably end up hitting
127.0,
Sierra.
American 516.
Sierra, Mike. I'm not sure what they'll give us.
Fort Worth
It
Center.
might be Juliet,
American
Romeo, or
516,
it'll be
flight level
Mike
340.
Foxtrot. One of those two.
American
I think I have an add-on for this airport, though. The arrival airport. Yeah, now we need the A320 in the sim for sure. 2 months. Oh, it's been 2 months? 2 months since I was laid off and got a new job before I processed my layoff. Over to Unicom. See ya. Take care, PT. Thanks for coming on in as always. Alright, so what do we have? A couple more minutes. We'll be on the ground within, or we're supposed to be on the ground within about 35 minutes. Yeah, I'm super excited for that 220.
Southwest 1499, contact Fort Worth Center 127.15.
I'm very curious when iFly is going to bring that 737 over.
Center on 127.15.
That's what I'm really curious about.
Have a good morning.
I wonder if they're just waiting for the sim updates, like once Asobo, I always say Microsoft, but I know it's primarily Asobo. Once Asobo kind of relaxes on the sim updates, I have a feeling that sim update 3 is going to be the last major update, and then I think we're going to be seeing that slower process going forward. So that's my guess. The same thing with Phoenix. I think they're both kind of just waiting out to see where the sim updates come out, because just like we saw with the 777 recently, with sim update beta 3, it broke it, and then that's partly PMDG's fault because they were using an outdated SDK, but nevertheless they got it fixed, and it's all working now again.
Southwest 1384, contact Fort Worth Center 133.5.
Contact Fort Worth Center 133.5, Southwest 1384. Have a good one.
So yesterday, sim update 4 in August. Okay, so maybe they aren't going to slow down. Although I'm guessing sim update 3 will launch officially sometime in June. That's my guess. If you look at the notes, it's gotten less stuff being done now. It's just kind of bug fixes within the updates. So sim update 3 in June, which means then beta testing for 4 would be end of June, July, and then launch August. Okay, so maybe sim update 4 will be the last one, which means we'll maybe see then the iFly, the Phoenix, and the PMTG 737 maybe around August, September, maybe. We'll see. Maybe we'll get surprises. A Phoenix, though, I think Phoenix is alright, because Phoenix uses the external app for the most part. So I think we might be alright with Phoenix. You might get that Phoenix sooner. So what I was going to say is, yesterday, I made a decision. Well, actually, it was the day before, but sorry. I did a flight on Wednesday. Did a flight Wednesday night. And I've been fighting, I don't know why, but I've been fighting with the Arctic air cooler I have with my 14700K processor. And I've been fighting temps. And here in the US, the summer season, coming into summer season. So the temperatures, of course, outside, the ambient temperatures has risen a little bit. And I try to keep my place here about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That's kind of like nice temperature where it's not using the AC too much, but yet it's also not too cold. And you cost a lot of money. So my ambient temperature is around 75. Well, Wednesday, after I did a flight, my CPU maxed out at 89 degrees Celsius, which is pretty high. It's still way under the threshold, the 100 Celsius, but it was too high for my comfort. I didn't like that temperature. And like I said, I've been fighting with this Arctic air cooler for a while. This is supposed to be a really good air cooler, but comparing it to the NZXT I had, it seems to be like the temperatures are higher for the max, at least. The averages are really good. They're low. And I can increase the fan curve if I want to. And I could definitely do that, but I shouldn't have to have it as high as it seems like it's demanding. So, I've been trying different thermal pastes, and I know they only matter to like a degree or two, right? But so I did the Nocta thermal paste, because I've been a very big fan of them. And I also used Thermal Grizzly's thermal paste, two of the different types they have, the non-conductive ones. And it seems like what's happening is this air cooler, the pressure plate is, and this was also known on, I think, Gamer Nexus's video. I think they also talked about it a bit, but it kind of, it pushes out the paste even more over time. So I think I've been seeing that happen. Well, Thermal Grizzly, they had released like a year or two ago, or maybe longer, a like thermal sheet. Okay, so essentially it's thermal paste, but in a sheet. And they have different versions of it. One that never, the sheet never melts, and one that the sheet does melt. Now, the one that does melt, I got nervous about because there's the chance of leaking, right? The liquid metal would leak and might get out to the board, and then could, you know, short out the board. Well, the one I bought, the sheet I bought, a cryo sheet is what it's called, is still, it's also thermal conductive, which means it could also short out, but it's a sheet that never melts, so it's always there. So I tried that. I installed that last night, and so far I'm seeing a pretty decent performance. Right, the top so far for temps today, as of right now, has been 81 degrees Celsius, and that's on my Core 5, which seems to be the workload. And my lowest temp is Core 0, which is 72, so there's a 9-degree difference between that, which I'm not a fan of, but that just seems to be an Intel thing, and the way Flight Sim does its cores. So I think the next thing I'm going to try doing is increasing the fan curve just a little bit, just a hair, and see if that helps, because I like to keep the temperatures under 80 if I can. Under 80 for the max. And again, the averages, I'm averaging right now in the 50s. The high-end Core, let's see, Core 3, the average is 55. The lowest is Core 6, which is 50. So there's a 5-degree difference with the averages there. Nothing major to worry about. You have a liquid cooled one, but you can try put a fan on the ground directly on your board with the case open. Well, so I have 3 40 mil fans in the front, intake fans, so they're blowing all this cool air in that's instantly getting sucked up into the AIO, which is above. You know, it's above, it's on top of the case, and it's pushing it out. But there's something I don't understand. I don't know if the fan curve just needs to be pushed up even more. Now, I do have the system overclocked, like auto overclock kind of thing. So the V chord is a little higher, but not enough to where it should be pushing these temperatures. And I also considered maybe just getting a whole different AIO, but like this is one of the top dogs. Lian Li's another one I could get, but like I just don't think that's the problem. My biggest complaint with this one, like a lot of people's other people's, is that the mounting bracket, you have to use their mounting bracket. You can't use like I had bought shoot, what's the company? And I had bought a mounting bracket that helps with the pressuring of the chips, but I can't use that with this one. You have to use theirs, and theirs isn't as good as that one. Thermalright, that's what it was. Thermalright mounting bracket for the 13th and 14th gen, or I think it's a 12, 13, and 14 gen chips from Intel. I read yesterday that maybe the new Intel chips coming out will also be the same socket as the current gen, which will be interesting. Yeah, Intel. Yeah, I think it is the auto overclock. I'll look into that too. I know it's that for sure. If I turn that off, the temperatures drop way down to like the low 70s. But I get that nice little boost because I'm pushing. What am I pushing right now? I'm pushing 4.7. I'm sorry, incorrect. I'm pushing. It's like an average of 5.3 gigahertz on my chips right now. Maxed out at 5.5, so it's definitely when it's clocking further, but then it hits the power limit. So then it downclocks it. And I can look at doing an underclock, or no, sorry, undervolts a little bit more. And that shouldn't hurt the performance too much. Because I did drop down the power limit on my 5080 down to 95 versus the 100. The next build will be AMD CPU and GPU with the Nocta Gen 2 air cooler. Ooh, yeah. I had the Gen 1 and loved that, but it's just not enough to cool the 14700K, at least with an overclock on it. Alright, we should get our descent information shortly. 3.5 left, so it's pretty much well, it's going to be a left turn in. But we should get our descent pretty quick.
Wigan 0F Echo, turn right, heading
Our pilot sight's
120,
telling me
climb
at
and maintain flight level
07, so within a
260.
minute. So I'm going to give, and our top of
Turn
descent
right,
showing
heading
here as well.
120, climb and maintain flight level
So,
260, Wigan 0F
we'll see which
Echo.
one comes first. The top of descent on here or beyond ATC. So I'm going to put in 5,000 for the altitude. Now our navs are known to be an issue with beyond ATC, so I'm a little concerned by that, but we'll see once we get closer to it. 5,200 for the altitude. That would be for the approach. Just tune the sim a bit more. Yeah, I could, well, I'm not sure how much more I could pull back on it. I guess I can pull back the textures a bit, because I saw a video on YouTube that uses performance. My LED's at 125, so I don't want to dial that back anymore.
Fort Worth
I like where that
Center,
is.
Southwest 1499, flight level 321.
We'll see. It's the only, in the sim's the only thing that actually pushes the card itself, or the processor. Everything else is fine. Yeah, I'm not really nervous about it. Like, temperatures are all great. I'm just a weird numbers person when it comes to certain things. Which is crazy to think, because I got back into gaming with a one of those. I'm just gonna call it a stream box, which of course is like a little oven. And then I got into gaming laptops, which is another oven. So yeah, next flight. Good question. The next flight we have on the docket here with the pilot's life is a scheduled flight San Jose to Long Beach.
Southwest 1384, you were assigned flight level
So we'll do that
260.
next.
I show you at flight level
That'd be fun.
249er. Climb,
San
maintain
Jose to
flight
Long
level
Beach.
260.
Cali. We're going to Cali. Cali.
Wilco, climb maintain flight level 260, Southwest 1384.
It'd be really cool if a pilot's light added in like the multiplayer, because it shows the pilots who are at the airport, and it shows, you can see them all on the map within a pilot's life, but I don't know how hard it would be to inject that into the sim. You know, Volanta does it, so like I can't see it being that hard. And they're already using, well, they're not using Sim Connect, they're using FS UIPC. So there's that flaw. Alright, let's call for a descent. Fort Worth Center, American 516, ready for descent.
American 516, Lubbock Preston Smith Airport landing runway 35 left.
Alright, well, when it does that, we just start our descent.
Lubbock, Preston Smith Airport, landing runway
Alright,
35 left.
bring back the
American
throttles, because again,
516.
no auto throttle.
American
And
516, descend, maintain flight level
Oh.
180.
Cool, look at that. It actually did it pretty close to
Descend,
top of
maintain
descent.
flight level
Who knows if
180,
it actually would have
American
done
516.
it or not. Alright, we'll start off at 1.5 for the VS and see what happens. It's a great idea regarding the multiplayer and a pilot's life. Yeah, I really love to see that happen. But I think they would have to switch everything over to Sim Connect to make it work. And I don't know if they're just against Sim Connect or what. I don't know why they use, well, I guess they probably use They probably use UIPC because of X-Plane. That's probably why, and they would have to branch it off into 2 different software titles. That's probably what's going on. Yeah. I might have something. Let me see. I thought I had a shortcut. I thought I signed something for the Discord. The Bowen Discord. Copy and place it. Alright, there's Discord for those who are interested. There's the official the Lexteria Boring Discord. I have a few ideas. Yeah, pop those. I'm down for ideas for sure. How many hours do you have in a pilot's life? I have.
Southwest 2867, Fort Worth Center.
Drum roll, please. Not even close to you. Not even close to you. 815 hours. 850 flight hours. Almost 900 flights. 895 with the total flights. But I do short hauls. You have 1,500 hours in a pilot's life? 1,500 hours? Holy crap. I'm not even close. Oh, there it is. There's Discord. Was it just late? Or does Restream just not do it right? Well, now I'm all confused. Oh, you love long haul? See, I don't like the long haul. I like to do my interest when it comes to flying is, you know, takeoff and landing. The setting up the computer and all that jazz, in the sky. Like if I'm not streaming and I have something to watch, you know, if there's another streamer or if there's something like a movie or TV show that I'm interested in at the time, I'll do that. All right, we see the arch is a little bit farther away than we want it, so we're going to bring the VS down just a little bit more, bring back the throttle a little bit as well. Will you have to start still? I love a pilot's life. It's a good little tool.
American 2846, contact Albuquerque Center 2785.
Contact Albuquerque Center 2785, American 2846.
Sorry, didn't a little quiet here. I'm finishing or eating a little bit of breakfast as I kind of feel a little dizzy, so gotta get that blood sugar up.
1499, contact Fort Worth Center 127.45.
Contact Fort Worth Center 127.45, Southwest 1499.
Welcome back, Barry. Almost perfect time. We're on approach into Lubbock. Is that how you say it? Lubbock, Preston Smith. We should be on the ground here in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, Will, I want to try that. I keep forgetting. FSI panel. You can just like be on approach for any airport, right? Any like ILS or any approach period? Does the CRJ have wing flex? They're really tiny wings.
Fort Worth Center, Southwest
I don't
3322. Flight level
think they're modeled in the CRJ though.
Southwest 3322, Fort Worth Center. American 516, contact Fort Worth Center 127.45. Take care.
Why doesn't Flight Sim have any birds or
Center
UFOs?
on
It sure does.
127.5,
Add-ons.
American 516, see you.
You can get an add-on UFO. And birds, there's a
Fort Worth
dev that
Center,
made
American
birds mod.
516, flight level 219er.
They're like static, I think. I don't know if they move, but and like they have the animals on the ground, which I turned off because
Fort Worth Center, Roger.
the last thing you want to break your immersion is coming in for a landing and then you have cows on the runway. Any plane, any airport, any weather. I should try it. I'll have to get it. Is it in the marketplace, or is it? Do I have to get it elsewhere?
American 516, turn left, heading 260, vectors for the approach.
260.
Turn left, heading 260, American 516.
I'm just gonna let the nav do it because it's gonna change us momentarily. A beautiful resolution. Yeah, this is 3440 by 1440. Although YouTube looks like crap. I don't know why. Compared to like Twitch,
American 516,
which is why I'm using Restream. I'm too cheap and too lazy to do it myself. But like the quality differences on Twitch versus YouTube is crazy.
Lubbock, American 516, flight level 196. We have Alpha on board.
I do feel like Sim Update 3 did something with the clouds too. Made them slightly less pixelated. Or almost at 18.
Altimeter 302
And
for expect radar vectors for
3024.
RNAV.
Perfect, that's what the pilot
Yankee
site's
runway
telling me.
35 left,
Yankee
American
35 left. Cool.
516.
Maybe they forgot to decal the runway. Oh, you got it 4 years ago? It's been out for 4 years? Holy smokes.
Descend, maintain 8,000 feet. Altimeter 3024.
Alright, clear down to
American
8,000.
516.
Where's our arch looking at here? It's not showing up. Oh, we're going too fast. Bring down the speed, bring down the speed. Okay, this plane's a lot more hands-on. Alright, that's a little better. Bring back that speed though, still. And then we're gonna go to 3024. Get rid of this guy. 24. Okay, speed's coming down. Arch is looking good. Fantastic. Alright, next thing to worry about is 10,000 for the landing lights and taxi. Maybe they forgot to decal the runway. It's only like select runways too. Like it happened when I was in it was Hawaii. Honolulu I think had an issue there. It's very random when it happens, but when it does it's like, okay, what the hell. Sometimes it's fun though. I like you walk around to the what's it called, the heck's that called? The walk around mode? Yeah, walk around mode. When you do that, and you go chase the cows or the animals, whatever it is, and they like run away. It's kind of fun. Aviation, welcome in. Welcome on in. Why do you think? What do you think is the biggest difference between sim and real life flight? Well, so the biggest thing I've noticed, I've heard at least, is that you can learn a lot about the systems in the sim, but the feel of the plane is going to be exceptionally different in real life. And you know, with stuff like the MOSA, force feedback stuff, whatever it be, I think that helps a lot. And I think a lot of that stuff is very subjective too. Very subjective. It's very hard to... The way that Asobo does it, at least, it's very, very difficult for a hardware company to get the correct feel of a plane based on what SimConnect's producing. Very, very difficult. Alright, watching that speed. Now we're slowing down more. Do 250. Do you think if you flew a real plane it would be a big adjustment to have to wear pants? I'm wearing pants now. Sleeping pants, but they're pants. Pants is the second word in there. Sometimes there's even buffaloes appearing in regions they aren't supposed to be. Yeah, that is an issue sometimes. I haven't seen any buffaloes though. You don't feel the roll and pitch when flying the sim. Yeah. Physics speaking, yeah, for sure. Darkness, welcome in. Yeah, and that's something I really would love to do in real life. Is get into one of those real sims that actually have the motion. You know, that'd be really cool. Probably really expensive. All right, landing lights coming on. Coming on. Proper English right there, folks. I feel like as I gotten older, my words, I've learned how to speak less. See, I can't even say that. My speaking has become worse. Okay, we're looking good. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do our thrust. All right, what do we want to do for the next plane? We want to take the E-Jet, or we want to do a 319? Can I do a poll on here? Alright, well, just put it in the comment. I don't want to do it. I can jump over to YouTube and throw a poll up, but... Alright, E-Jet or 319? Class C simulator would be awesome fun for a couple hours. Yeah.
Turn left, heading 240, American
240. Alright, we're switching over to 240 for heading.
American 516, turn left, heading 240. Descend, maintain 7,000 feet.
Alright, so they're getting us vectored for the approach.
Turn left, heading 240.
Will saying 319.
Maintain 7,000 feet.
Let's go over here to
American
performance
516.
and set all that jazz. You just want to see me fail at that 319. Huh? I talk a good game, and then all of a sudden it happens, and it goes to hell, right? Alright, speed, we're going to go down to 210 on the indicator. Blimp of any blimp of any kind. I guess like the 319 could be a blimp, kinda, like a baby blimp. Not really, but...
Lubbock, November
How's the
9
Sim
Tango
Update
Echo,
3
4000.
performance? Sim Update 2 definitely fixed some of the VRAM issues I was facing, but I feel like there's still some room for improvements.
Descend, maintain 6,000 feet.
Well,
Descend,
it had
maintain
been pretty
6,000
good.
feet, American
However,
516.
today we had how many? 3 or 4? I think 3. I think we have 3 CTDs, but we think they're all because of the pushback toolbar thing I was using, which is a problem. Outside that, like, I've had really good success with Sim Update Beta 3. Sim Update 3 Beta, I think is how you're supposed to say it. Pretty good success with it. So I don't know what they changed with the last update that came out yesterday, but it seems like they broke something. Alright, we should have vector to the right here.
turn right, heading 325.
325, beautiful.
Turn right, heading 325, American 516.
Visibility is kind of crap here, huh?
American 516, turn right, heading tree 25.
I am.
Turn right heading 325, American 516.
Alright, monitoring our speed. Getting a little slow.
American 516, 3 miles from Zovok, turn right, heading tree 5. Maintain 5,200 feet until established. Cleared R, nav Yankee
Alright,
runway
we're clear for the
35
RNAV, so
left.
we're gonna go direct to whatever that is.
Turn right heading 335, 5,200
Execute
feet
that.
until established. Cleared
And we're
RNAV
gonna go
Yankee runway
nav
35
mode.
left, American 516.
And this will at least keep us on the RNAV approach. This plane doesn't have RNAV capabilities, so we kind of just gotta wing it. But at least this will get us centered up on the runway. And now we're just going to be in charge of our altitude, which we're too high at this point. So let's drop on down to, let's just put in 3,000 for now. Get that VS to drop. Okay. And go around is 54, or sorry, climb is at 54, so whatever, that's fine.
American 516, contact Lubbock Tower 120.5. Take care.
Alright,
Over
we'll
to
keep the
tower
AP on for a little bit.
120.5, American
First
516.
flaps are coming. Looks a little cloudy. I will jump back into 2024
Lubbock
after
Tower,
Symmetry 3 is
American
released and
516.
stable. I had a couple long
RNAV Yankee
haul
runway
CTDs
35
recently.
left.
Yeah, Jay Russ has been trying to do a long haul flight, really long haul flight, but he keeps
Roger,
having
American
CTDs.
516.
Alright, we're continuing. Runways in sight. Cool. Alright, I think we're time to go AP off. Alright, it's time to die, folks. And 7 nautical miles out from the runway, so gear coming down. Hey, the sun's coming out now. That's one thing with Sim Update 3, it's really improved, I feel, at least, like the dynamics between the ground with the sun. Like right now you can see it. Also, this update added in the thunderstorms finally, like the lightning, which would have been nice the other day when I was flying in them. Alright, we're off to the left a little, or to the right a little bit.
American 516, wind variable, runway tree 5 left, cleared to land.
Alright, we're clear to land.
Runway 35 left, cleared to land, American 516.
And then we're gonna exit right. Exit right? Really? Where's the terminal at? Oh, right there. Okay. I guess I don't have an add-on here. I thought I did. Flaps coming down.
1,000.
Two, 350, 267. Come on now. Hundreds, man, in the hundreds. Where's the confidence? Just because it took us a half hour to get off the ground doesn't mean it's going to be slamming into the ground. Sounds. Well, I guess we're technically are Southwest, but we're not Ryan Air.
November 101, Charlie Alpha, Lubbock Tower, wind
I'm gonna go with
variable,
160.
140, runway 8, cleared for takeoff.
Overconfident. That's the key.
500.
Fly heading 140, runway 8, cleared for takeoff. November 101, Charlie
We're
Alpha.
gonna do a flaps 30 arrival. We don't need to do 35. I'm confident with that. We're a little low on the approach based on the Pappies, but I feel like this is really good.
300.
Alright, there's the terminal. Okay. Winds are coming out of our right, so we're gonna have a little bit of a cross.
100.
100.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Idle. Come on, get down, buddy. Get down. Touch it. Touch it. Touchdown. Reversers. A little bit of brake. This plane does have the warning about too hot of a brake, so well, we could have probably made that one, but our reversers are stowed. Flaps coming up. You want us to exit left or right? Next one is Sierra. Sharp as a knife, huh? A little bit more brake.
American 516, exit right at Sierra.
Oh, perfect. That's what they want us.
Exit right at Sierra, American 516.
Alright. Exit to the right. Landing lights are going to come on off. Gonna get the APU going.
November 101, Charlie Alpha. Contact Lubbock departure.
APU is started.
Contact Lubbock departure.
Flaps
November
are up.
101, Charlie Alpha.
And disarm the reversers.
American 516, contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er, American
A bit long but
516.
nice. Yeah, that was a little long. Ground, American 516. We're on Mike, looking to taxi to gate 72. 72, that's weird.
Commutair 4823, contact Lubbock Tower 120.5.
Hey, it's a FedEx plane. My
Contact
former
Tower 120.5,
my former airline I used to work for.
Commuter 4823. Have a good one.
I did like
American
15 or 20 flights.
Welcome to Lubbock Preston Smith. Gate 72 taxi via Mike Foxtrot Lima.
Mike Foxtrot.
Gate 72 via Mike Foxtrot, Lima, American 516.
What does that mean? Mike Foxtrot. Lima. I didn't see Lima on the charts. Alright, well, we'll just kind of make our own ways. Like, so with a pilot's life, obviously it brings real-world flights, real-world routes. And I did a handful of flights with FedEx, and the biggest issue I have is that obviously you can only really do 3 planes, and I only own two of the 3 planes that FedEx does IRL. And of course I'm breaking the laws now because this is technically a Southwest plane, but we're in a CRJ with an American livery. But like, so they don't have as many short haul flights, and I like the short haul, and Southwest has a lot of short haul flights. So that's kind of why I picked them. I did try to apply for United, but United's told me I sucked. I need to keep practicing. We'll see what the landing rate is. Oh yeah, I could do the charts in Beyond ATC. I always forget about that, Will. All right, so Mike, watch your taxi speed now. I think I just went too fast. All right, Mike, keep on Mike. Keep on keeping on. Now, my charts are telling me this is pop-up here, but I have a feeling this is where they want us to turn. If they don't have us turn here, we're turning anyway. No, this is Foxtrot. Okay, so something's wrong here. Either the airport is wrong or the charts are wrong. Oh, wait, no. What did they say? Papa Lima? Oh, this is right. Never mind. Foxtrot, and I don't know where Lima is, though. I don't see Lima on the charts. We'll park next to that American... What is that, NeJet? We'll park on next to our big brother. Oh yeah, dangerous goods with FedEx all the time. Batteries exploding. It's dangerous stuff, man. If you don't... Here's the thing. If you don't have a sticker on a package, not the label, but like the sticker telling you that like it's Saturday delivery or like fragile or something like that, it all falls apart. I've heard this from a very knowledgeable driver at FedEx. Very knowledgeable. He tells me the stickers, it doesn't have a sticker, it's not getting there. What the hell we got going on here? Okay, we'll just park here, I guess. Alright, so what do we have? 350 and 267. We'll see what I got. Will says it was long. I think it was long too. I think I was still within the touchdown zone. Alright, parking brake is set. Aircraft. Get that all going. We're not going to worry about that for now. And let's go on down here. Let's cut off the fuel. Alright, so close out of Beyond ATC. Don't put words in his mouth. Alright. Beyond, a pilot's life is sane. Yeah, it's a really ugly airport here. I thought I had an add-on here. Like a free one at least. A 98 for my score. Failed on, oh, the approach speed failed, but the landing rate was 275. 275. So Will, you were like spot on almost. So pilot's life says 275, and Volanta, however you say it. Where the hell do we land at? It's 276. Oh, so pretty much on it. And landing. Well, I can't really tell with Volanta's charts. If it was in the touchdown zone or not. Okay, so first flight is complete. On to number 2. And it sounds like we're doing the 319. So we're going to do San Jose to Long Beach Airport. Long Beach Airport. I really need to find out if that Dallas Airport, the Dallas level works in 2024. Because the next one after this one I have on my pilot's life schedule is Amarillo to Dallas Love Field. And the next one after that is just New Orleans to Dallas Love Field as well. But I might skip that one. Kind of getting tired of doing Dallas now. Which is why another reason why I didn't do American is because it's out of Dallas all the time. And I'm like, tired of Dallas. Alright, we're flying to 319. Who shall we be with the 319? We just did an American flight. San Jose. Who flies out of San Jose? Shall we check real quick? I don't. Does San Jose have 319s to fly out of it? Whoops! I just saw Salt Lake City. All right, San Jose. San Jose has a 320 Neo, 737s, a Neo. So we got Spirit, Minneapolis, Delta. Looks like we're gonna probably go Delta. Yeah, we'll go Delta. Is Delta an IAE or is it a CFM? I think it's CFM. All right, let's go over to CFM. Delta. Save it. All right, so now gotta get SimBrief going. Should we try the pushback toolbar again? Do I chance it? I'm all nervous now. We'll do 516. And we're going from San Jose. San Jose. I can't spell. San Jose. To KLGB. And the 319, we're doing the CFMs. Generate that flight. 319 in the pilot's life. Cruising up to 370. Alright, and KSJC. San Jose. Runway 30 left for departure, which is this one there. How's the weather here? Looking pretty good. Alright, let's do this gate here, random picking, and start the flight. Flaps 3 landing with the 319 is nice. See if you can slow it down on time. It trapped me a few times. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I've been doing the Flaps 3 recently a bit more. I learned a tip from 757 Spy, and he found the tip out for someone else. And I've been doing that one. So this flight is 282 nautical miles, so about the same distance as the last flight. Better load in a little bit here. I'm nervous to do the pushback tool thingy, so I'll just not do that. I don't want to have it crash again. Although I kind of want to test it. I really do want to test it. All right, well, we're going to test it real quick. We're going to see if it pops up at least. If it crashes it when it brings up the map. Oh, seems to work. Okay, cool. So I think it's just that airport. At least initially. Let's get beyond ATC rolling. Rolling. What is the tip, Joe? What tip? I have tips? I don't have no tips. The tip is to never, ever eat someone else's
Beyond ATC
cheddar Pringles.
connected.
That is against the law. You know, like, remember, I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember, like, the old Butterfinger BBs that Bart Simpson used to advertise. He said, never lay a hand on my Butterfinger BBs. It's the same with cheddar Pringles. This is the same but different. Understand? All right, we have that set in there. Load aircraft, instant. Over here, we go click on those two guys. Calculate up on top. We go here, get these batteries going on. IRSs to align. Crew supply on. We have the lights already on from the last flight because I was stupid and didn't turn them off. Emergency exits and start. That's the other reason I also like the honeycomb, is that I have a lot of manual switches. Like, I have some switches I can use on the Bravo too, I suppose. Move things over. I also love all the little buttons on the yoke. It's amazing. Amazing, I say. Config and manual. Nav. Scroll on down. IRS 1, 2, and 3. Good. FMC time. Init. Init request. Oh, wrong button. Init request. We are going to be a Delta 516. We are going to bring up our briefing panel. And we're going to fetch it. And it's going to be a 5 and 37 on the altitude. 5370. Bam. Over here, we're going to send this to the McDo. We're going to send this to the McDo. Then we're going to go up top here. And we're going to go to APU bleed. Oh, actually off for now because it's not available. I thought it was available. Go down here. And we're going to go to the next button. We're going to set this performance. Looks good there. Go to flight plan. And we are expecting runway 30 left out of San Jose. Via the What's that? I don't know, whatever it says. This guy here, Sputnik, Valerie, insert, and then in Long Beach, we're doing 8 left. Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna be interesting. We're just gonna hold off putting anything in there for the arrival. Because I don't trust that. Alright, we have that all set up. Let's go and get clearance, shall we? Pavelin, welcome on in. We landed in, where did we land in? Lubbock. Now we're doing San Jose to Long Beach in the 319. And what was I just about to do? Oh yeah, clearance. Clearance 118. We'll do auto response off for the flight to start off with. Do you fly the 380? I heard good things about the 380. I have little time, so I usually get the Phoenix. I enjoy flying the 380 on long-haul flights. I try to get one done every weekend. You must miss the landing. San Jose clearance. Good morning from Delta 516. We're ready for IFR clearance to Long Beach.
Delta 516, San Jose clearance, cleared to Long Beach Doherty Field. Spartans 1 departure, will retransition, then is filed. Climb via side except maintain 1000.
1000?
Departure frequency 121.3. Squawk 0164.
That's crazy. 30 right. They changed runways too. Clear to Long Beach Field. Spots 1. What departure? Valerie transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID, maintain 1000. Departure on 121.3. Squawk 0164. Delta 516. I don't know if I said that right.
Delta 516.
Okay.
Read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready
So
for
we
push or
dinner?
start.
Ground 121.7, Delta 516. Thank you, see ya. Alright. San Jose ground, Delta 516, ready for pushback and engine start. Accept. Go back.
Delta 516.
Accept.
San Jose ground.
Performance.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Face southeast, Delta 516. Alright. And push back over here. Enter. And push. Oh crap, hold on. I made a major flaw. APU bleed on. Off the external power. GPU. And now commence the pushback. Holy smokes. We almost had a disaster on our hands, folks. And go there. And engine number 1 coming on board. Clock is starting. The most important thing. I'm going to do 5,000 for the altitude because I'm sure we'll get climbing up there pretty quickly. Alright, pushback. Looking good. Engines are rotations. Broccoli dish on the oven did not make it. Salad with cucumber, tomato, and onion. I'm doing the diet. Oh man. My diet this morning was a Pop-Tart. My diet for lunch is going to be a disgusting Burger King. My cousin and I, we have this thing where we like to eat bad food. It seems. So we both agreed today we're going to get some Burger King. Burger King's like that. It's like having Alzheimer's. You forget how bad it is. Our engine number 2 coming on board. Southwest just landed there.